Hello and welcome to the final video of our series looking at the Goldsmith indices of body symmetry. So now we're just going to have a really brief look at reporting and how we use the results to support people to understand what's happening to their body shape, to the body shape of the person that they love and support. So let's take a quick look. So we're thinking about reporting. And you can, I have a standard template that I use when I'm looking to share measurement results. There are particular photographs that I will always put into a profile alongside a person's measurement results. If you want a copy of that template, then just email me. My email address will be at the end. I'm more than happy to share it with people who are using Goldsmith indices, just as a way to help explain the numbers, because the numbers are useless unless people understand what they mean and what we can do about it. So when we think about reporting, I will always use photographs and data. So what I'm looking for is to help people to understand not just the number, but I want them to know where that number came from and what it relates to. So for example, this young man, who is somebody that I know very, very well, we're looking at his anti-clockwise chest rotation. And I don't know whether in 2010 it was any worse or better than it is in 2012. Because just looking, it's really difficult to see. And remember that we've got this standardized start position of pelvis level. So it's not just take the photo and you know, kind of draw lines on a photograph, and there's a process to this. And obviously the photographs are without all of the gear, the pelvic bridge, etc., etc. But the numbers have come from that measurement process. So what we can see is his right-left ratio was 0.66 in 2010 and it's 0.53 in 2012. So we've had a worsening of the situation for this young man. We've got increased rotation. So whatever is being done between those two measures is not working. Okay, so we have change. And in this case, we've got change in terms of deterioration. And we need to be really clear that when we are willing to accept change in one direction, so if we're able to comfortably say to ourselves, oh yeah, he's changed, it's got worse, he's deteriorated, then we need to think about the challenge of accepting the possibility of change in another direction. Okay, so if this was a static situation with no potential for change, then those measures should be the same. But what we've got is a soft structure responding to a set of circumstances, and we're measuring that that structure is deteriorating. So the set of circumstances is not providing the correct therapeutic force to that soft structure. So if we accept change in one direction, we must also accept the possibility of change in the other direction. So we can monitor using measure, position, protect. So I always use profiles and have photographs alongside the numbers. I will screenshot, these are the sorts of screenshots that I will take, and I will put them into a person's profile so that they can see all of the raw data, because I might want to, you know, I hope that the families that I work with also know what I'm looking for an ABLAP, and they know, you know, they can't get away from me, but they know what these are, right-left ratios, they know what the depth-width ratios are, etc., etc. So, you know, I share as much as I possibly can. And then if you are using measurepositionprotect.com, then you can compare measures, and it's really handy. So here we've got two measures, one in February 2019 and the other in, what's that, August 2019. And then we can see the difference here. So the angle of the pelvis when the knees are upright. So I have, if I want to go into, on the website, I can click on view detail and I can go into all of the different numbers, but these are my big numbers. These are the things I'm most interested in. So angle of the pelvis when the knees are upright, 3 degrees. Angle to which you have to take the legs, 8.5. And I can see that, you know, 6 months later, it's only 1 degree. 6 months later, it's 3 degrees that I need to take the legs rather than 8.5. Right-left ratio, exactly the same. Depth-width ratio has improved. We've gone from way too flat and we're decompressing, okay? And then here we have this young woman's windswept index. So absolutely to the left. So if you look, we've got, remember what we said about if we've got to the left, when we're looking at probably a clockwise chest rotation and so on. So these numbers make sense. So here we're looking at 20.08 degrees windswept index to the left, negative minus 10.3. So remember, everything is over, it's shifted across that midline. Whereas here, 6 months later, we have crossed that midline again. Okay, so we're restoring that symmetry of movement. We're starting to see restoration in terms of structure. Okay, and we've got more work to do. All right, so we can it's also not just that individual person's results. We can also take those key pieces of data, those key data sets, and then we can get friendly with Excel and we can start to think about whole groups of people. So what's the depth-width ratio? What's the average depth-width ratio of this lot? Okay, because they could be your key stage 1 children, they could be your key stage 2 children. What are we doing over time to protect body shape of these children as they go through our system? What happens to them when they leave pediatric services and they end up in adult services? What happens when they moved from this provider to that provider? And so on and so on. Okay, so we can be thinking about not just individual data, but looking at whole system data to see how effective we are being. And I think that is about it. So as always, if you need support from Simple Stuff Works, we provide free unlimited CPD certified training around measurement of body symmetry. Or if you just want to get in touch because this set of results that you've got doesn't look quite right, or you just want someone to go through it with you and check that, you know, like just sense check stuff, just get in touch, it's fine. Goldsmith and Goldsmith, that's Anna Goldsmith and I, we offer private measurement and assessment services. Born at the Right Time for all your CPD certified online training for all aspects of co-productive postural care delivery, and Clinical Excellence Online, which is an international panel of experts within their clinical area. I am one of those experts and provide coaching to paediatric therapists who are looking to improve their practice around postural care provision, and it's great fun. So do check it out. My email, training@simplestuffworks.co.uk, and you can call the office on 01827 307 870 if you would like to get in touch.